Hello everybody, my name is Alexander Masalov and you are on my channel Magnum Tattoo. And today I'll tell you about a new machine. You all know about a tattoo manufacturer called Mustang Tattoo. The guys make tattoo equipment in Moscow, Russia. They have a new round of development and they send their equipment to the top tattoo artists. So they sent me a new machine and new power supply. I will start with the power supply, the box itself. In the box everything is standard, a strong carton box, inside everything to plug the power supply. The instruction is very detailed. The guys wrote the whole list of paper and it was really informative. And everything how to use the power supply itself. The unit itself is really compact and small. Everything feels nice, soft, tactile buttons. It doesn't surprise anybody. I think a lot of you work on the critical power supply. And if you're just starting to look for equipment and you don't want the power supply with the twister type ones, because you know I really don't like those type of power supplies, they're really hard to barrier them. I really like the units with buttons and touch sensors. You just put on the ziplock and start working. And after the tattoo is done, you don't have to unwrap it, you just take off the ziplock and throw it away. Wait a second, I will just plug it in. This is not the power supply itself, it is the control module. The power supply is just like the laptop power unit. It has 3.42 amps of power, and to the tattooing needs it's a lot of power. And as the control module, everything is accurate. I really like that nothing is sticking out, we have clean cuts everywhere. As to the quality of the unit, it is really high. The limits of control are from 1.5 volts up to 17 volts, which is a really big reserve of power. At least 1 volt more than the other power supplies that I had in my hands. It has mode to work without the pedal. Inside we have a strong magnet on the back side to fit it to something metal. Either it is special tattoo furniture or something, I think you will find where to fix it. Inside the box we don't have any other station parts. In my studios I have wooden tables, so I had to fix the power supply to something metal, so I had to come up with something. But I know that most tattoo artists work with special metal furniture, and you will always find a place to fix it. It's really not a problem. I don't know what more to say about it, I worked with it for some time, but as a stationary I use critical, because there is a timer in it. For me it's really important, I like to know the time that I work until the break time. Already I mentioned, it is powerful, compact, and it's really high quality. I think it's a really reliable unit, nothing more to say about it. A lot of tattoo artists will be really pleased with it. And here is the moment to switch to the main part of today's review. Of course, it's the machine. The name of the machine is Vader. It has a pan form factor. The machine is made really nicely, in the contrast to the other Russian machines we all know. I'm really disappointed about most of them. They are made with spray paint and some other crap, and they think it will be normal. A lot of other Russian manufacturers have those problems. And here, the first thing that caught my eye, that is coating of this machine. It is really smooth and slick. I was really happy about the coating. Aluminium holders of most Russian manufacturers peel off after first sterilizing. You soak them in some chemicals, you put it into autoclaving, and it gets worse. And if you will look on the market of used machines, you will find that all the coating are peeled off, completely or looking really bad. I used this machine for 2 months and I really like the coating here. The holder stayed in chemicals for weeks, but the coating is still in perfect condition. For this I have my own personal respect and it's really cool. In the box we have a clip cord, the RCA is really high quality, I hope that the cable is also high quality. I really like that we have a spare ratchet inside which goes underneath the holder for the needle stroke fixation. The fixation of it is done by the ratchet, it clicks and stops by the plastic part. I know that a lot of tattoo artists had a problem, that a lot of those ratchet systems break and it is hard to get them out. So here we have a spare ratchet, and the manufacturer says that it is included just to be sure. They tested it for a long time, and it does not break. I can't really say if it's true, but the fact that you have a spare one inside is a great thing. Also, we have two spare O-rings, and as we know, the O-rings might tear or get loose. A bar. At first I was like, okay, why do I need the spare bar? What is it for? I know that for myself, that you have notches in plastic, and we have already seen it in injector, but I haven't seen this type of mechanism in pen-style machines. The box is really cool, and the carton is really strong. You don't even want to throw the box out. And now I will turn the machine on to hear and have first impressions. Well, I worked with it for about 2 months, so it would be first impression for you. Well, here we hear a squeaking sound of the pedal more than the machine itself. The machine doesn't sound too aggressive and not too loud. I'm used to working with machines that are a little quieter, almost silent, but this sound doesn't interfere. I can easily talk to the client or to the other artist. It doesn't bother me at all. Now it's time to unscrew it. The holder of the machine is as FK irons, which I really didn't like because FK did their machines about 2 years ago and the spare holder came out only now. It was inconvenient to use only one holder and waited to sterilize. I contacted with Mustang Tattoo and just in 2 months they came up with the new pen machine with a Cheyenne changeable grip. You don't have to use only this type of holder, you can buy an exchangeable Cheyenne grip. Cheyenne has a lot of grips, they are inexpensive and reasonably priced. They're really convenient when it goes to sterilizing. As to the ratchet, it goes on the machine itself, not on the grip. But that doesn't really matter. As I already mentioned, we have 2 bars. The hard one is thick and the soft one with notches. In fact, that it is changeable, it is great that I can sterilize it, you can put it in chemicals. If you have cross-infections in your machine, which is really bad, here you can just sterilize the bar. Inside we have a motor which is 6 watts, in comparison to others where we only have about 3 watts. Here 6 watts. It's a lot of power. I can stop the motor with my finger, even on high voltages, but I can feel the motor trying to push my finger. Works great, really powerful, really confident. Now I have 9 volts on the power supply. I usually work on that power. Recommended power to this machine is from 6 to 9 volts, and it is highly recommended not to use it above 10 volts. But I really didn't need it. At 9 volts it works perfect for me. Even according to the powerful motor, the system that transfers the power from the motor to the needle makes this machine pretty soft. You know that all machines have different feelings to them, and this machine is the one which feels soft. When you put the needle in the skin, the machine, as I said in the other review, I compared it to the vacuum cleaner. Here is the same feeling. It puts color inside evenly, energetically. So it's not a whiny machine, as you might think of it. It has a lot of power due to the 6 watts motor. At the same time, it doesn't hit the skin. So I had to learn on how to work with the level of pushing the machine to the skin. It is a little different from the machines which I used to work with, which I worked with just at the tip of the needle. So I had to put it in a little harder to the skin, and only after that you can fully feel the power of the motor. So at first the machine seemed a little too soft for me, but when I worked with it a little more, I really enjoyed it. Mostly I do a lot of contours and big coloring jobs. Those are Japan-style tattoos. I rarely work with soft, airy shadows, where you need to be delicate. So it was great at contouring and coloring, just a little more pressure on the skin. This machine gave me enough power. Of course, I have already seen the review on this machine by Naboka, the NBK Tattoo channel. You can check it by yourself on their YouTube channel. The Vader costs $745, which is a great price as compared to the other pen type machines. It does have some competitors in this price segment, but not with this quality. Here everything is great. For this price you get a really great machine with a lot of power, which has some adjusting by changing the bars. And if you're just starting to look for a machine, this is also a great machine for you. Use cartridges only with a membrane, because all pen type machines have the same recommendations to the sterilizing. Because if some infections get inside the machine, you will have a machine that will spread it further. But this pen has a spare bar, which is really nice, even compared to the German machines. I really want to be honest with you, and this is a paid review, but when I don't really like the equipment that I get, I don't make those videos. If I don't like something, I will not make a video of it. But here, I really like the machine. This is a great machine, I can really recommend it to every one of you. The power supply is also a great little unit, so I'm not shy for this machine and the power supply. Here everything is great. Thank you for watching.
А чё мне держатель от Шиен Пена стерилизовать? Я вот здесь пленочкой закрыл. Как это не стерилизовать держатель, особенно если он многоразовый? Понимаешь? И вот, тут хотя бы само по себе то, что люди тачку барьерят, это уже, блядь, нужно прям молиться на таких.